Alright guys, just waiting for my plane. It's about another 50 minutes. It's not me with the hammer, by the way, some builders over there. We're going EasyJet today because I've actually got a flight for Ryanair booked for tomorrow, but I need to be in Hull this week, so I moved the dates, otherwise I'll be flat out towards the end of the week as I travel around. But the security's changed over here at Alicante because your residency card piece is sort of separated away now, so it's a little bit more split, which suits me. It's a bit like in the Philippines when you've got a residency card there, because you can sort of queue jump. But the thing here in Spain is the majority of people simply be residents, so you're probably easier just having a British passport. It just means they don't stamp it. But anyway, just want to talk about getting over 50, because I've been listening to a couple of channels on YouTube talking about it, and the weird thing is you'll get people talk about midlife crisis and things like that. It's not, and this is one of the things I want to stress. It's literally the dynamics of your life is suddenly changing, because when you hit this, like me, my kids are getting a bit older now. They'll be flying the nest if they want to. I'm quite happy for them to have it. I'd actually prefer them to stay around, but I'm quite accepting that if they got the same mindsets as me, they want to travel and do stuff, so they'll always be home there. But your kids start looking after themselves. Your mortgage starts getting paid off. Your cost of living suddenly starts dropping. Your view on the world starts changing. You start, instead of wearing nice shiny shoes like I do, you start wearing Skechers. And I say that because I'm wearing Skechers. Even my jeans are flexi jeans up. Because you start looking at things in a different perspective. You're not impressing anybody. You're doing stuff that you want to do. It's doing stuff you've been putting off because of other things in your life. Whether it's your family life, your bills, your career, you've been giving up everything for everybody else. And you're now sort of hitting that time in your life where it's not that many things have changed, it's your priorities often have changed. So for example, it may be a case of you've just been divorced and everything you've spent your entire life doing has just gone up in smoke. Half your pension given to your ex-wife, whatever it is. But the reality is you're sitting there going, there's more to life than this. I've got to admit, I did see it a long time ago. This is why I went off to the Philippines and stuff. I just knew this wasn't for me, the day-to-day. When I took on the work for the UK, for the house, I knew it wasn't going to be good for me, because it was for the kids, it was for the house, for the future, for the family. It's sacrificial. But I'm now coming out the other end. House nearly paid. I'm travelling backwards and forwards to Spain. Got a loving wife, happy kids that are nearly adults. Starting to move from looking after the kids to going to concerts with them. So I'm starting to do stuff I should have been doing when I was younger now. And I think that's the point. This is why people start talking about buying a motorbike and travelling the world and stuff as they get older. Because a lot of the strains that were there before are gone. But I also want to stress to a lot of people is you don't have to wait till it gets to that point. You have got more going on in life than the 9 to 5. A lot of the stuff that you're boxed in on is because we do it by default. We do it as a safety net. We do it because people tell us to do it. We do it because that's the way we've been taught. Schools don't teach you about free thinking. Schools don't teach you about business. Most of the people that talk about business have never had a company. The reality is, to do stuff, you've got to create the space to do it. And like I've said before, I don't blame my parents. I don't blame anybody. So this society we live in works this way. See, the funny thing is, it's a bit like a lot I'm going to say immigration stuff, is full of opportunists, because a lot of those people are used to not paying taxes, surviving, doing whatever they can to get by. I'm going to sidestep all the crimes and that they do, but at the same time, from a getting by on a daily basis, when there's no benefit system, when there's no structure there, that's what happens. In the same way, the benefit system is not a good structure either, because it makes people stay like that for life. They become ingrained in just dragging through life, that this is it. It doesn't encourage to do more, it doesn't encourage to do better, it doesn't encourage to see the world from a different perspective. It doesn't tell people to build things like airports. It doesn't tell people to become an architect, a designer. It tells people, do as you're told. Don't think, follow. Which is probably the biggest message I'm saying, is do what you want. Now, I will say it comes with consequence. So going to work today and say I'll quit because I'm bored of it, it will have a consequence. It's all cause and effect. You will get blowback if you tell your boss he's a twat and just storm off. But at the same time, it may be what you need to do to actually get where you want to be. And I have seen it in other countries where the mentality is different, and they may not develop at the same speed or choose to want to develop further than they already do, because they're content where they are. A lot of the stuff of where we're told to be is completely incorrect. It's money orientated, it's sales orientated, it's marketing orientated. It's not true value. Doing stuff for others has a very high value if you do it. Even people that don't like doing it, that start doing it, suddenly realise what that value is. When you do something for others, it makes a massive difference. But anyway, I was just sort of saying, when you hit the over 50s, I get it, guys, because I've seen more videos about it where people suddenly realise, oh, my life's changed. It's like, yeah, it's supposed to. The pressure's coming off. Even if you lose your job, you suddenly reanalyse everything you've done and think, was it worth it? I've got to admit, I did it in my 30s. Didn't put me ahead of anybody. Well, it does actually. I keep getting ChatGPT tell me how much financially and stuff I'm better off than most people, which I will always default to. Yeah, because I work bloody hard for it. I look 10 years older than I should. But I don't gripe, because I've created a nice environment for the kids, the future. My wife, which is why my wife looks at least 10 years younger than she should. She's often accused by some of the Spanish friends of being in her 20s. I'm not going to give her age away, but it ain't in the 20s. But yeah, so don't let anything drag you down. Something always changes. You can always reshape life. And all the doom and gloom that we constantly get told, here's a clean cut version of that. I've heard that since I was a child. It was the coal miner strikes. It was nuclear is bad. It was the stock market crash, the housing crisis. There is something every bloody week. Every week, every year, every day. Media don't know how to do a nice thing. But bad news is much easier for them. In the same way, even from a financial perspective, for stocks and shares, if you can see where the next collapse is coming, you can see the next opportunities. Building something's much harder. So one of the things I will say, guys, is just take that on board. But a lot of the negativity, A, doesn't directly affect you, but B, is often just for profit for others. So don't waste your time on it. Alright, thanks for watching.